Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, a national journalist.
Mastodon. I will never be able to say that.
It feels like the Flintstones live there.
It does.
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your last. That's what they brought. We're going to have to bring back chaperones.
Jesus, no.
Just careful. Stop! Break! Ooh. Hard right.
How did you screw up a stove, Megan? You're a woman. I thought that was baked into you, like at the genetic level, how to operate kitchen equipment.
And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you.
You get Dino hanging out outside chewing on a large bone. I highly recommend being targeted by the New York Times and Rolling Stone for weight loss. And I'd say, keep it coming. I need to lose 20 more. Please, keep it coming.
Explain to me, Megan, why did this country not have a holiday once a year? That's the time you vote. If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. You don't get another chance. You don't get, I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake, crawl there. But that's it, 1 day, 12 hours, and then you're done. And you count them that day, and that night you know who the hell won.
I will eat you alive. You want to tangle? You want to go?
The only thing going through my head is, what are you going to do when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother?
He made a deal with the devil. She's the devil.
He wants that.
Oh, God. Gross! Oh! All right, penalty box for Slug. Yep. Are you ready to behave yourself now, Slug?
This frustrating rep.
Are you ready to behave yourself? Repossessed puppies. I'm hiding pork chop. Have you seen his little pork chop? Oh my God, pork chop is the cutest.
That sounds bad.
Have you seen it?
Pork is pork.
Though you may be tempted, do not contact any person or persons mentioned on this stream. Do not even think about contacting anyone who may be the topic of the daily news. If you should do that, the host will question your IQ, possibly call you names, and mock you for disobeying these basic rules of decency.
All the best.
All the best. Welcome back to the show, everybody. It is Hernandez trial time, and Dr. Indiana Bones is about to be cross-examined by the state of Georgia in the Hernandez case. As you recall, the Hernandezes were accused falsely of abusing their little baby, Emma. And she was not abused. She had an underlying bone disorder, which Dr. Bones was here to tell us all about. We saw him for 2 episodes. And here with me today is Jennifer Williams and House of Flux. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
How's it going? It's going pretty good. I can't wait to see this cross-examination. And we had to wait for you.
Excited.
We had to wait for you.
So excited. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I didn't want to do this without you. And, we're late and gay. That's who we are. And we are going to do one. We're going to do a late and gay stream. We really need to.
Yeah.
It'll be hilarious. All right. So I am putting the bingo link and the super tips link in the chat. Super tips are at supertip.gg/Megan Fox. Boy, I cannot type something different and say that at the same time. That's impossible. And the bingo link is coming at you right now. If you want to play bingo with us, it will be pinned to the top of the chat in just a moment, as soon as I can hit paste. Where's the paste button? Okay, there we go. All right. I'm glad to see you folks here today. I know there are a bunch of other places you could be right now, but I surely am appreciative that you chose to be here with us today. We have been watching these trials, these poor families in Georgia that Jennifer Williams has been helping be accused of these horrific things, lose their children, And we are so grateful that we have footage from the second trial now that we've gotten to watch. And if you're new to this, you can jump in right where you are. You don't need to go back and watch everything before you watch this. You can always do that later. And I encourage it because it is a very interesting case. Matt and Tucky Hernandez, thank God they were found innocent. They were found not guilty of these charges. They were facing 80 years in prison because these child abuse pediatricians, like Dr.
Are
Stephen
assholes.
Messner, because they don't know what they're talking about, because they're a man out of their time. They should be in the year 1692 with the Salem witch trials. Remember that?
I had to tell Mrs. Flux about that because I was like, oh,
that was intense.
Oh,
Speaking of intense, there's someone here with some very serious eyebrows. Mo in the deep end, what the hell is on your forehead?
You know what? It's going to sound very odd, but look, my name is Mo and I have emotional support eyebrows, and they're getting me through this trial. I didn't realize that Lauren Matthias and Jess Machado had figured out how to, just handle these trials. It's the brows.
Now I feel like I need eyebrows because mine have completely disappeared in the sun. Let's see. I have a makeup bag here. Do I have an eyebrow pencil?
No, the funnier part is that this is a mustache that I cannot wear to pay tribute to Charlie Chaplin or anyone else that I cut in half.
I understand.
To wear as Angry
a
Bird
mustache
eyebrows.
to your face as eyebrows. That's hilarious. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can do this backwards in the mirror. I mean, in the camera. Can I? Is this possible? Boy, it's gonna look really funny when I look in an actual mirror. Oh boy, this one's gonna be hard. This is the hard one.
Make them go a little higher. Like you gotta really give yourself the angry eyebrows.
Oh God, now one is higher than the other one.
Just keep filling it in.
They're sisters, not twins. They're sisters, not twins. It's okay.
Hey,
the first time I
all
penciled
related.
my eyebrows in, my Mr. Fox looked at me and was like, no, just no.
I did that to me because it was even because mine have been so blonde my entire life that when I actually saw myself with eyebrows, I was like, the amount of time I spent in the mirror doing like doot, doot, doot.
Yeah, I mean it looks really, mine too. Mine are like non-existent. And if I go too dark, that's why my eyebrow pencils are all like a dark blonde. Because if I go brown, I look like a totally different person. I look crazy. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how blondes put those dark eyebrows on. I would feel like such a fraud. This is as dark as I'm willing to go. Like, this is it. I should do it one time where I do it really dark, just so you can see how stupid it looks.
Are we gonna have a fashion brow show instead of hair talk, brow talk?
Ooh, I mean, it's kind of hair.
It's hair. So are we going to just gloss over the fact that Megan has a makeup bag available at any moment? Well, I actually never do. But as I was sitting here adjusting my lighting, the girls can attest, I had to go get my makeup bag because my dark circles were showing. So that's why it's literally sitting right here underneath my desk. So if I do need to grab it during the show, I can. But I think we can check off hair talk on the bingo card because eyebrow talk counts. Totally.
You know, I have one gray eyebrow hair. Just one, like right here. I don't understand. It was the first hair to go gray. This one eyebrow hair.
The one in your eyebrow.
I don't take it out because I like it.
At least it's not a hag hair. I don't even want to talk about those.
Oh, I do have one of those.
Oh yeah,
right?
no, and you only notice it
one, just the one,
and you only notice it when you're out in public and don't have tweezers,
and
it's
this long, and you're like, oh my god, wow, what is the deal with the one hag hair?
I have the mole. I don't know if you can really see it next to the
mole.
But it's just one, and I get the little spike, I call it.
Thank God There's no hair growing out of my beauty mark. I've had this since I was born. Thank God, because I'd end it all. I would just go to the window and leap, okay? Because that's a bridge too far.
I understand that. I feel just as strongly about mole hair. Like,
well, I hate to say it, but behind my left knee, there is a mole that grows a hair. And oh my God, it's another one that you never see and you don't get with the razor. Because if I went over it with a razor, I would cut myself. Like, right, it would like cut the thing. Oh Lord, would Jason just wait until the nipple hair starts? Stop it. That does not happen. You know what? You just gave 4 premenopausal women nightmares for the rest of our lives.
there is a disturbance in the premenopausal, force right now. Obi-Wan is like, what the hell is wrong now?
Actually, I said 4. I should have said 3. Flux is only like 30 something. She's
True.
I just turned 35. I'm in my mid 30s now.
Yeah, you're not premenopausal. You're fine.
We don't know. I could be. I could identify as that.
Flux is like, I'm advanced.
You're
I
was in the advanced
in my
classes.
soul.
I'm pretty sure I could be starting. You don't know.
Yeah.
You're very
I'm
advanced
definitely
for your age.
I was born
Oh my
old, as
God.
my mother says.
I was born 47. Although I want to be the first person diagnosed with precocious perimenopause. Just 'cause it's-
Oh God. I feel like I'm a late bloomer when it comes to menopause. I was like screaming at my doctor the other day, like, when is this gonna stop? When does it end? Why do I still have this? Like, when is it gonna start going away? I feel like I could get pregnant like at any moment, which is scary at 50.
Yeah.
Right? You've heard of the menopause baby, right? That
Yep.
feels like it could happen over here.
Okay, Megan, imagine that you wake up and you cover headlines, and one of the headlines you pull is that a woman who had her fallopian tubes removed just had a baby. And you know
How
that
is
your
that?
ovaries are dumb, and they see that have you seen the little starfish crochet thing for the newborns? Anywho, I just see a cute baby and my ovaries are like, oh my God, let's do this.
Release another follicle.
Yes. They're like, release all the follicles. Let's have a dozen.
Look at the chat. We have 5 more minutes of this. True. Buckle in,
True.
chat. Buckle in, chat.
Oh.
Because we're just getting started. How are you? How are you
Goodness.
doing over there, Jennifer? Any hot flashes going on over in your end of the world?
No, I'm still constantly cold all the time, so I'm good.
I get the cold flashes.
Yeah,
the
I'm
cold
cold
flashes
flashes.
are terrible.
Good.
I hate them.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
It's rough. It's painful. It's painful to be cold.
Yeah.
Actually, my kids had a dentist appointment today, and I knew to bring a little jacket, and I wore jeans, and the woman walked by and she was like, honey, do you want me to get you a blanket? That's what she asked me. And I was like, I'm fine. Thank you. I'll be all right. But I was like sitting on my hands. I was freezing.
Okay,
It's terrible during the summer because it's like warm outside and then you get shocked by going into these places that
and
are
you're
like set to 2
you're
degrees.
covered in sweat, and then you're freezing, and then it's like, oh, I can't get warm now because my body is hypothermic.
And for those of us lizard people that just desire a hot rock in the sun, it's terrible.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
I have bad news. I must have done something and changed our ending point because I know we were closer to the end. We ended where Cross began. So Steve was done, right?
I thought.
Yeah.
I feel like this is where I was when I left.
Yeah, I don't know what
Because
happened.
you guys
we
went on for a few more.
We watched all the way through Steve's direct.
On page 527, Doctor, if you could read paragraph 2 into the record, if you don't mind. Paragraph.
And I just want the chat to know I have denied you your 15 minutes of obligatory bullshit by like 20 seconds.
2.
Yes, sir.
Says CAC : per Dr. Messner from last visit, all clotting studies WNL. That's within normal limits.
Yes. Were the clottings, based on the D dimer, were the clotting within normal limits?
524 is not normal.
Oh,
And 1,700.
1,757
I remember
is
this.
off by
I do remember.
1,756.
Well, that is an incorrect statement by Dr. Messner to say that the labs are within.
Well, it's consistent with his claim that there's a fracture when there's no tenderness, there's no pain, there's normal range of motion.
Thank you.
Also, can we just take time to appreciate how
Yes.
he's wearing his glasses on the side of his head? That
Yes.
is so cute.
I love that. It's such
so
a
cute.
grandpa thing to do, to just like stick them on your head like this.
Yes.
See, and my thing is, when I really like, this is the thing that I would get in trouble for a lot, because a lot of my mockery is genuine admiration. Like, I want to be you. I method act. So my grandma or people, I would always get in trouble because they're like, "Why are you mimicking me?" And I'm like, I am trying to be you. Also, I might exaggerate certain things for hilarity, but
Good Lord. So yeah,
That's
Dr. Bones here. By the way, you can go ahead and check off Indiana Bones theme song. We definitely hit that. He is such a star. I mean, such a star witness, such a great witness. I hope he lives to be 1,000 years old so we can do like as many more of these trials that he can possibly do. God, I
Yes.
love him. I love him. I love how he just hates.
So are you
states
partly
witnesses.
retired
Oh,
and
here
working
she goes.
part-time?
oh, idiot.
Am I
What a
working
dumbass.
part-time?
What a
Yes.
dumb
Yeah.
fucking
Hold on.
question.
I just realized I don't have an update. I updated the bingo. I took off some squares that we haven't been using. So it is a new bingo and I need to take pictures of it so I can keep track of what we're doing. Oh shoot. I have to nope. Okay, that's wrong. What did I do? There we go. All right. And then and you guys can play as many cards at once as you wish. That is up to you. All right, here we go. Oh God, here we go
Yes.
with her.
Partly retired.
Yes.
So what?
And
What does that have to do with the
so
price of
what
rice in
did
China?
Emma say was the nature of her injury and her pain?
What?
Pardon me?
What did Emma say was the nature of her injury and
She's
her
just
pain?
being stupid. She's just trying to be stupid.
She's asking what a 3-month-old baby said about the
Yeah.
nature of her pain.
Yeah.
She's
What
trying
the
to.
actual
She's trying.
fuck.
I
Is that
hate
on
this.
the bingo
Can
card?
we fucking we hate her. We hate her. We
Okay.
fucking hate her and her stupid
There-
shit.
We do hate her. That is
First of
true.
all,
Being rude to this man is just like so disgusting, to be like disrespectful.
yeah, and I'm sorry, but how did Dr. Messner ascertain her pain and what she was there? Dr. Messner is working with the same toolkit that Dr. Bones is, and they are again they're consulting on a pediatric patient. She is such a heifer, and Dr. Messner deserves to be derided and shamed.
Mm-hmm.
The heck? I cannot import my. What is happening? Import, you stupid thing. What is the problem? I can't get my bingo card up. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way and just write it down. Dang it! This is annoying.
You've had some problems this morning, this afternoon, Megan.
My entire
Mhm.
my app is just not working. All right, let's just close it and redo it. Maybe I have too much shit open on my. I'll figure it out.
What did she say with her?
Yes.
She didn't talk. She's nonverbal. She's a 3-month-old.
Okay. And you never saw Emma.
I have
correct?
not seen Emma.
What
You've
an
never met the
idiot.
parents either.
I have not.
And you would agree that Emma's calcium level was normal, correct?
That's right.
And her alkaline phosphatase level was also normal?
Well, it's within the normal range, but it's not normal for an infant.
It's within the normal range of
That's for
CHOA
adults.
records.
That's not normal for a 3-month-old infant.
That's true.
It should be elevated. It should be markedly elevated if there were multiple fractures, which there were not. And that's a further confirmation of that fact.
Do you understand that the reference range providing the CHOA records is for children?
It was not for infants. I can tell you from experience and from studying this that that is not normal for a 3-month-old.
What audience do you think the Children's Hospital of Atlanta caters to?
Pardon me?
What audience do you think, age range of patients do you think the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta caters to?
And Your Honor, I would object to this line of questioning at this time. I mean, her witness has made it clear that they don't believe the reference range was actually accurate because they kept telling us it was, within normal limits, even when it was out of their reference range. So I don't think speculation on behalf of this witness about those.
State tries to trip witness. Check it off.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so far, it's not working. What else did I say? What
Hair
else did I say?
talk.
Oh, hair
Hair
talk.
talk. Flux
Not
did
to-
pet a
Indiana
cat.
Jones. Indiana Jones.
did pet my cat.
Music and Flux pets cat. Okay, excellent.
And not to
And we
state the
all
obvious.
hate prosecutor.
We hate
right?
prosecutor. Yeah,
we hate
definitely.
prosecutor. All right, that one's a given.
Not to state the obvious, but when in all of this trial and the Tim's trial did CHOA ever exhibit any modicum of competence?
Right. They didn't.
And what does she even mean by this? It's a children's hospital, so they cater to children, I would imagine. What is this
But children
demographic
can mean
question?
infant to 18. There
To
are different
18.
ranges. So
Right.
yes, infant is going to be a completely different range from a child.
Why is she bent over so far? We're always asking this question. This woman is
Because
just-
again, not to be racist, but she is Asian and we believe she's bowing. Just saying.
Is that what we believe? I don't know.
That's what we
do
believe.
have
Yeah.
Flux
She's just being respectful.
demonetizes- Flux
We are trying to be
demonetizes
respectful. We did watch Mulan yesterday, Flex and I. So
She's
we
trying
are
to
trying
make
to
a
be more
man out of
culturally
us.
sensitive. Yeah.
She's trying to make
Dishonor on you and your cow.
Motivations of CHOA is appropriate.
Well, let's see if it's speculation. I'm going to allow it and see if the doctor has personal knowledge and opinion.
Thank you. So what age range?
She looks like
does
she's
the
gonna
children-
crawl over the desk.
Yes.
What
It's
is
so
even
cute.
happening? I feel like
I'm
What
not demonetizing
is
the
this?
stream. You're
What
She
is
looks
this?
ready for that.
She does. She looks like she's ready to pounce. I don't
I'm
know
telling
why
you.
we're doing this.
she's in a perpetual state of I know that you are so much greater than I, so I'm going to respect you and bow, but also I'm doing a job, so I have to stand, but also respect to bow, but also do a job and stand.
Be unaware that
very
the lectern is
disrespectful.
available right next to her, and she
Where
could
she
take
could
her
stand?
laptop. She could
Yeah.
take her laptop right over there and stand up straight.
Yes.
Maybe she's
Maybe
afraid of
she's
lectern
losing this
guy.
case so badly. She needs the support of the desk to hold her up because what she really wants to do is fall down into the fetal position and rocking and crying.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's my
I
vote.
think that's it.
Children's Healthcare of Atlanta cater to?
I have no idea what their lab does, but I can tell you that an infant is expected to have an elevated, considerably elevated alkaline phosphatase level. If they had multiple fractures, it would be dramatically elevated. It was not. It was 383.
So let me ask you this. You're familiar with MS birth records, correct?
Did I what?
You're familiar with MS birth records?
Her birth records.
Yes.
I am familiar with some of her birth records when she had acrocyanosis, and they noticed that they were initiated testing for cystic fibrosis.
Okay. And you understand that she does not have cystic fibrosis, correct?
She does not,
Okay.
fortunately.
And there were no forceps that were used in her delivery, correct?
I don't remember that.
You understand that she had a normal vaginal delivery, correct?
I'm not surprised at that.
And you understand that she was also not breech, correct?
Pardon me?
She was not a breech delivery, correct?
I'm not surprised at that either.
So,
and you were talking about being familiar with blood work.
What did you want to say?
It's like basically normal delivery means non-traumatic to these people. And I'm like, every birth is fucking traumatic. And you're squeezing a baby out of a hole that's like, it's just because
it's very
you
traumatic.
Just because you don't have extra complications doesn't mean it's not an experience that is a hard experience. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry. They act like because it's a normal birth, it's easy and it's not, like you're shoving a watermelon out of a
I honestly think more study needs to be put into the forces that the human body is, producing in these really, important times, labor and delivery, certain, other things, because we have no concept. It's called the practicing the art of medicine, not acting the solved science of medicine.
The science is settled, Mo. Weren't you here in 2020? It's settled.
Yes, but my mom told me not to believe in strange men who are short and trying to get me to stab myself with unknown drugs. Or maybe that was Nancy Reagan. I don't know.
That was
but either
also
way, it
Nancy
still works.
Reagan. The chat is correct. Flux is going to get angry. I think we.
Oh yeah, I'm angry.
She's already.
We are already angry.
Yeah.
That's talking about. And you were talking about being familiar with blood workups. So you understand that after she was tested by a hematologist, she had no signs or symptoms to suggest thrombosis, correct?
No, that's not correct.
Yes, you may.
She's finally up and out of her chair.
You would identify the record what referring to.
This is the lab I am showing the witness the hematology lab results from Augusta University.
That was over a year later as well.
And Your Honor, if she could just make sure to identify the date of those records.
Yeah.
Well, this is dated 4 months later, October 24th.
Okay. And
So
are you familiar with
that-
this lab?
I'm not familiar with that, but that's completely irrelevant to her presentation on June the 6th.
Well, did you see her on June the 6th?
I did not, but I saw a lot of records related to that.
And you understand that follow-up was done and there was no bleeding disorder, correct?
Pardon me?
There was no finding of Emma having a bleeding disorder. You understand that, correct?
I didn't understand you.
Do you understand that there's been no evidence of kidney or liver disease?
Well, I don't know that she's had any ongoing problems with that, and I wouldn't expect that necessarily.
Do you understand that she's been evaluated for inherited clotting predisposition and it was all normal?
I would want to see that because the other records that made allegations that were unsupportable are self-contradictory. So I won't take your word for that. I'd want to see that, what you're referring to.
And do you understand?
Does anyone have any aloe? That's gonna burn. That's gonna leave a scorch mark.
I want to see it again.
Problems with that, and I wouldn't expect that necessarily.
Do you understand that she's been evaluated for inherited clotting predisposition and it was all normal?
I would want to see that because the other records that made allegations that were unsupportable are self-contradictory. So I won't take your word for that. I'd want to see that, what you're referring to.
I thought the first time around, I thought he said, I'll take your word for it. He said, I won't take your word for it.
I don't trust you, ma'am.
Damn.
Oh,
Damn.
witness. I need Shang Tsung to say, finish her. And then
God,
fatality.
I don't know if that is going to be witness Rex State or
I mean,
or wait, do we have mic drop or mic drop? Which one is it?
Can it be both?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gotta be both.
I don't know. I feel like we need to say. I'm gonna call mic drop, and we'll save witness Rex Stay because I feel like there's more coming. I feel like there could be more coming.
I feel like we're only seeing the four shocks.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that the hematologist found that no routine hematology follow-up was needed.
Well, what was the date? Is that done 6 months later or 4 months later? The determinations that were made in June were based on a swollen leg and misinterpreted x-rays. What happened 4 months later is completely different.
Well, let me then go back to your qualifications. You stated that you had. Are you board certified in pediatrics?
I am not board certified in pediatrics.
Are you board certified in genetics?
I am not.
Are you board certified in radiology?
I am not, but I am a holder of a radiography, fluoroscopic, X-ray supervisor and operator license from California, which I renew every 2 years.
And that certifies or authorizes you to take images, but not interpret them, correct?
Oh, it does. No, that's the same thing. I'm an X-ray supervisor and operator. I interpret
Oh my God.
actual X-rays as they're taken in the operating room, which are critically important. A radiologist looks at them, can be thousands of miles away in a dark room in between doing barium enemas and upper GIs. I use the information that I see to make essential treatment plans and adjustments in real time. There's a difference.
Are you saying that these certificates are greater than a board certification in radiology?
Absolutely not.
Lux,
Much of what
we're
I've
welding,
learned
we're making a
has come from
killdozer.
radiologists.
Mo's losing it. Mo's losing it down here. Mo's losing
No, I
it
have
down
had to
here.
deal with a 6 days of BSery from the Commonwealth. So she was manipulative, acting like the wounds on Lindsay Clancy's wrists and neck were obvious fakery when she only has, a busted GD spine, So I'm sorry, but this, like your certificate.
Your certificate.
Yeah. Sticky widget, you are not going to best this man, Yeet. That's right. She isn't. You know what? You all know what's coming. You know.
Look at his face. He's not scared.
No.
No, he's enjoying this, I
So
dare
you're
say.
not board certified in radiology,
I am
correct?
not board certified in radiology, and they are not board certified in orthopedic surgery, and they don't manage fractures.
And do you practice dentistry?
I don't practice dentistry, but I've looked at more primary teeth than any dentist that I know because of the importance in metabolic bone in infants.
Real quick, timeout.
And
To be fair, I have also seen more teeth than any dentist I know. But that's just because I don't know any dentists.
I just
Fair.
love that he calls
Fair.
her out on her bullshit. Like,
Yes, he doesn't just answer, he elaborates. He goes on. I love
yeah,
that.
and if she were in charge of this cross, if she really wanted to, she would have curtailed that. But she's losing and she's picking these dumb things, and all it's making her look is stupider. She would have been better served saying,
To sit down. No questions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has already wrecked her.
Well,
Like,
everyone
And
loves
he's
him.
wrecked their witnesses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I am so, it's almost over. See, she knows it's almost over. It's almost over. And I just want to watch him for the rest of the day.
I know.
is it your statement today that you've never seen rib fractures caused by abuse?
I have never seen rib fractures in an infant that were traumatic, other than those that appeared related to the birthing process.
So you've never seen rib fractures caused by abuse?
I have not.
Interesting. She's done. That's it. That's
She
all she's
can't-
gonna
And would
do.
you agree that even children with vitamin D deficiency can be abused?
Pardon me?
you would agree that even children with vitamin D deficiency can be abused.
Absolutely.
Nothing further.
Come what an idiot! Oh my god!
She thinks that's a mic drop.
Very briefly.
How
Oh
is
my
that
God.
relevant if they're arguing
As-
that
as
she
an
didn't have a
orthopedic
vitamin D
surgeon-
deficiency?
Yeah.
Okay,
Why would you
I
even
just
ask
need
that?
Catherine to get up for redirect and make the Catherine
We need her
Face.
face. Yeah, we need Catherine gives good
and,
face.
and then just say, "We rest your honor."
What image, Emil? What image are you wanting me to pull up? You're yelling at me to pull up the image. Which one? Oh, this one. This must be the one you mean, right? That's the one, right? I love him.
Or
I
the
do.
Indiana Bones one. He wants the
Oh,
Indiana Bones one.
I don't have that one loaded in the studio, unfortunately. I have to go back. JKD has it on call, not me. Damn it. It's
I
in
love
my-
the love you. That just it makes me want to watch it. This all makes me I need to watch Indiana Jones again. I love it.
Yes.
I know we're not going to be able to make any more fun Indiana Jones jokes after he's off the stand. I want it to last as long as humanly possible. And
Yes.
oh wait, there's more. Wait, here's one. Here's an image. Oh my goodness. I love him so much. I just do. I can't help myself. Dr. Bones, I love you. When are your office hours? We're gonna... Oh my God.
Oh,
Love him.
so good.
I love him. All right. I will look through my Twitter and see if I can find the other God, it's going to be from like weeks, like last week at least. Oh God, that's like 8,000 tweets. I'm oh, okay, I'll look.
Do you rely on radiographs and x-rays for all of the things that you do with the bones?
I do.
Okay. I don't have any further questions. Thank you, doctor.
Washley, anything further?
Anything? She's debating.
If Emma's D-dimer
Oh,
was
Steve.
still high, hypothetically speaking, a year and 4 months later, when you saw that document was dated 2024, is that correct?
Yes,
Emma was in the hospital June of 2023 when she had a lot of lab done.
that's right.
I believe I heard you testify it was a maybe 4 month period.
Yeah, I was off by a year.
Off by a year, right?
Yeah.
More questions. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad Steve pointed that out.
Doctor,
All
thank
right.
you for being here. Thank you.
Dr.
Lord
Indiana
Jesus.
Bones is leaving the stand. We love him. He is the greatest witness of all time. We're sad to see him go. We hope to see you again, sir, one day on the stand doing what you do. We're so sad to see him go. Like I can't even. I can't even with this. I know the next witness is really exciting though. I think.
Ooh.
Hold on. Who is the next witness? I think it might be one of our main players. Wait. Who is it? No. Wait.
I think you
Yes,
said Matt.
it's Matt. Woo! Oh, it's Matt. Is Matt still in the country? Is he still here?
Yes, he is. He's at work today, but he is still in the country.
Well, it's Matt Hernandez. And guys, get the tissues ready, damn it.
Oh,
Oh,
dang it! I was coming
goddamn.
here for a mental palate
We were
cleanser.
coming here for laughs, and now
Do I-
we love you, Matt, but we know that this is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, here we
But
go.
I'm glad that they spoke. Like they were,
Yes.
they were.
Well, the judge left them no choice. The
Thank
judge
God.
did not let them have their witnesses. So what else could
Yeah,
they do besides
it's
speak on
like-
their own behalf if nobody else was allowed to? Even the state's own employees? Like, come on.
Yeah, but I'm glad they did. I'm proud of them for doing that because
I
that
am
it
too.
would be hard. Like that, it's scary enough to get up there just as a fact witness or a character witness. Getting up there to do this, is terrifying. But I'm so
Very. Very.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sad I don't get to use my whip sound effect anymore. Last one, just for good measure. All right, here we go. You guys ready for this? You can check off Megan does laundry. I'm folding. if you have it on your card. Here we go. Matt Hernandez, father of Emma, taking the stand.
Please be seated. Speak directly to the microphone.
I'm very ready.
State your name and spell your last name.
My name is Matthew Hernandez. That's Hernandez.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Bernard.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Hernandez.
Good morning, everybody.
So you've already introduced yourself to the jury. Can you tell us?
Okay, wait, before we get started, JKD is throwing up memes on it's a fucking vitamin D deficiency. Yes. Yes. I love that one. It's a fucking vitamin D.
That was so funny. Oh my gosh. I really want that, like, as this little button, like one of the little buttons you have, like just a quick, because it was so funny when he said it. I just remember Flex's face was like,
Can you send this to him, Jennifer? You need to send this meme to him.
I would love to get all of them and put them in like a little picture book, you know, like one of
that
the,
would be so awesome.
Wouldn't that be
Like
so
one of the
fun?
little.
All right,
All of them?
JKD, you have your assignment. We need to put all of these memes in a drive so that we can print them out
Yeah,
at like the
I'll create
Kodak
it.
store or whatever and put them in a book for him. He would love that.
It would be
Yeah,
so
and
special.
and what
And
a
I
great
definitely
way
we
to.
have to include my eyelids picture. That has to be
Oh,
there.
well, that's going to be the front cover.
It
We're
should
going to make
be.
a tasteful coffee table book to show our admiration. Like Madonna.
I like this one too.
Yes, I love that.
Oh my God. Oh, JKD, I could not run this channel without you. I don't know where I would be without you, honestly. Like I am not funny like you are. You are funny.
I was originally born in New York. That's where I met my wife, but I currently am the manager of a lessons department at a music store.
All right, we are going to go ahead and check off well-dressed witness. Damn, man. Matt, you look
I know.
amazing. This jacket, that
Yes.
tie, that shirt, like the whole combination is just like it's working.
It's a fun look.
It's working. It's confident. It's stylish. I love everything about it. I have a feeling Nick Rekieta would like it too. I really like
and-
that jacket.
And I love that, if this is his answer to a power suit. And I say this in the full knowledge that I am wearing emotional support eyebrows. So, whatever makes you feel okay in these situations, I'm beginning to not give as many Fs as to what
Well, he
other
also
people.
just told them what he does. He works at a record store. Like, and when I first met Matt, he was wearing a fedora. Like, he's got a sense of style.
He looks
That's a little
He
different.
always wears a fedora, and he
Yeah.
got my son one a couple years ago, and now my son is known as the fedora kid. Like, at camp, it's like, oh, you're the fedora kid's mom. So he has multiple ones now, and now he always wears them. But Matt looks so much calmer than I did. Look how he looks calm. He looks like relaxed and just ready to.
Well, it's
ready to
interesting
talk.
when you have the truth on your side. It's not that difficult to tell it,
Sure.
And I would imagine that I imagine that he has been waiting a very long time to tell his story and to defend
Yes.
himself in front of this state. Oh yeah, the Give Send Go link is actually running across the bottom of the screen. If one of the mods can copy and paste that into the chat, we are raising money for the Hernandezes to help them pay their amazing attorneys. When we finish this trial, we will be scheduling a big fundraising stream where we will be doing a lot of fun stuff. I'm sure we'll get Nick in on it with the Wheel of Regrets, or Wheel of Regrets, as I like to call it. And we will do it. We will do it up. It'll be fun. But definitely, yes, if you want to give to the Hernandez's fundraiser, it is there for you to do that.
Oh, Megan, I was going to tell you, a week ago, Jonathan got a voicemail from Give Send Go from a woman. I cannot remember her first name, but you're the one who told us about Give Send Go.
Yeah.
Pretty early on, and compared to GoFundMe. And a woman called and left a very personal, detailed voicemail. It was just really sweet that they were going against fundraisers. They found the Hernandez, and she prayed over the voicemail for the Hernandez family for
They do
Emma and
that.
Aria's health. It was so kind.
And if they
So
catch you
kind.
on the phone, because I've answered that call before, and they will ask you, "Can I pray with you right now?" I mean, they're the
Yeah, she
sweetest
left it on the
people on earth.
voicemail. It was amazing.
They're the sweetest people on earth. I highly recommend Give Send Go. They're, a Christian organization, but you don't have to be a Christian to use their platform, but they will always pray for you and, try to help you with your fundraising efforts. They are wonderful people, honestly.
Yeah.
Wonderful people. And I've never had anything but great luck on their platform, so I highly recommend.
And growing up in New York, do you have a lot of family still in New York?
My mother is still in New York. A lot of my close friends are still in New York, and I have a brother in Chicago.
Okay. And just as a little family background, is your father still living?
No, my father passed away in 2008.
Okay. And is your brother dealing with a health situation right now that prevents him from being here?
Yes, my brother currently has a brain tumor, so he's still up in Chicago with treatment.
So he's not one of the folks out of the audience?
No, he's not.
And your mother has been assisting in his care and is also not out of the audience?
She's doing everything she can to help kind of both of us.
All right, so you met your wife in New York in 2011. When did y'all move down to Georgia?
We moved to Georgia in July of 2014.
Okay, and how did y'all meet up in New York?
It was an online. We met online.
Okay, and what were some of the things that drew y'all together at first?
We were both very into photography and just kind of being outdoors and doing stuff in nature.
And what were you working as when y'all met?
At the time, I was a photographer for a newspaper, and I was also working at a supermarket.
And what was she doing?
She was an au pair, which is kind of like a live-in nanny. She had come from Thailand to do that.
And now,
Nick Starro Raid, welcome Raiders. Come on in, grab your bingo cards. It's when Matt Hernandez is on this stand, father of the baby that they claimed was abused by him. Terrible.
does she have any family in New York?
No family in New York.
Okay. And so when did y'all move down to Georgia?
July of 2014.
Okay. And was that to be closer to her family?
Yeah, she does have a sister down in Norcross.
And when did y'all decide to start your family?
Aria was born in January of 2020.
And was she, did y'all plan to have children?
Yes.
Okay. And was there anything going on with y'all's family that particularly motivated you to start it after being married for 8 years?
Yes, so unfortunately my wife has a lot of sisters, but she had one younger brother that passed away in a motorcycle accident over in Thailand. And we did think it would be a morale boost for the family to have babies and to kind of take the grandparents' mind off the pain and suffering that they were going through.
So had y'all always wanted to have
Can we
kids
pause?
and this was the time for it?
Now, I say this as a neurodivergent who has never quite understood people. How could you spend 5 minutes with this person and think he did anything to hurt a
I
baby?
I know.
They're idiots. And not even not even have a police investigation into this thing. Like, you're just going to take the word of some crackpot, this guy, this is the guy.
Yeah.
We're taking the word of this guy. Come on. Yeah, this is the defendant, folks.
Yeah, I mean, you always hear the saying that, if you wait until you feel like you're ready to have kids, you'll never have kids.
True.
We had always talked about it, and we just realized that this was the time to have little Aria.
And how did you feel when Aria was born?
You don't know how much you can love somebody.
it's okay. And
And you want to talk about masculinity? This is real positive masculinity.
Healthy and
Yep.
You know, Hollywood, you want to tell us what toxic masculinity is all the damn time, and you want to bitch about what men should and shouldn't do. This is a man who's fighting for his family and isn't afraid to show his feelings. And the universe has kicked him in the teeth for it.
Yeah, because these emotions aren't just happy that Aria was born. You know that these emotions are coming out because he's very, very well understands he may never see Aria again if he's in prison for 85 years. That it's not just the emotions of his baby girl being born he's thinking about. It's the last, at that time, 2 years of spending 2 hours a week with her, with his baby. So it's just like sad emotions, maybe a little bit of happy, I don't know, but just sad emotions because he knows that it's being taken from him.
This is hard to watch.
we modeled our lives about taking care of her and just taking the enjoyment of watching her grow up.
And now, did you take Aria to the pediatrician?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And were there any issues with your wife's pregnancy or Aria's birth?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. And now you heard testimony from Bill's pediatrician about developmental delays with Aria. Is that something she had ever talked to y'all about?
Mm-hmm.
No, Aria initially had one pediatrician, and then we switched over to Sunshine Pediatrics. I do remember when they brought up that Aria wasn't really walking as early as she expected her to. We did one therapy session with, and I do forget the name of the location, but the doctor there said that she's doing absolutely just fine and showed us some exercises that we could work with her on. But in a matter of no time, she was walking and doing everything at a proper stage.
And so were there ever any other health conditions or concerns with your older daughter, Aria?
In case you forgot, this is the man they decided to take the word over instead of the father of this child. Stephen Messner, Dr. Messner, a man out of his time, who truly belongs in the 1600s at the Salem witch trials. That's this guy right here.
Yes.
Who decided to put this family on trial with no evidence. He might as well have said that Goody Proctor saw Matt Hernandez down by the pond dancing naked in the moonlight. That's the state's evidence in this case. Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. Like less than nothing.
No, and the absolute travesty that out there are real children that need actual help, real children that are in a state that no child should ever be in, and the state seems hell bent on reuniting and reunifying those families, but wants to go after with everything they have this family.
No.
Okay. So when did y'all decide to have another child?
My wife has a big family. She has lots of sisters, so we both decided that it would be beneficial to Aria to have a friend. So we had Emma.
Okay. And how was, what were your observations of your wife's pregnancy experience when she was pregnant with Emma?
I do remember my wife falling kind of late in the pregnancy when she was at work, and that's why she stopped working and just kind of stayed home until she had the child. I can't really tell you too much of what happened in the birthing room, but I do remember a lot more people rushing in when Emma was born compared to Aria being born, but I couldn't testify to exactly what was happening.
So from your perspective as a father in the delivery room, was there anything you noticed other than more people rushing in than there were with your older daughter?
There was certainly a sense of urgency among the nurses and the doctors.
And did y'all take any photographs in those early days at the hospital?
Yes.
Your Honor, if I could approach the witness.
You may.
Sure. I'm showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit 19. Do you recognize that photograph as one that you or your wife took?
Yes, this would have been potentially the first day that Aria met her little sister.
And was that the day after Emma was born?
It could have been the day of or the day after. I'm not 100% on that.
Okay. Is there a date on that photograph?
There is. That certainly helps. Yes. 3/14. So that was the day after my daughter was born.
Okay. And so that's a picture of your girls getting to meet each other for the first time?
Yes.
And were you surprised that it took a day for your older daughter to get to come meet her baby sister, or did that seem pretty normal?
I'm not sure. I don't recall what time Emma was born, but it could have just been later in the day, maybe we couldn't have gotten it, but no, I don't think it was out of normal.
Well, and did you notice any abnormal discoloration on Emma when she was born?
The photo here definitely makes sure her arm looked purplish and red, but in the heat of the moment, you're just happy to hear the baby crying and she seems okay. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay. So it wasn't something that you particularly noticed, but looking back at that photograph, you can see her arm does look discolored.
Yes, it very much does.
Okay. Now, do you remember any healthcare professionals telling you about the diagnosis of acrocyanosis for your daughter?
No, I do not recall that.
Do you recall any healthcare professionals talking to you about the abnormal results on her newborn genetic screening?
That would have been weeks later when I got a call from the pediatrics office, just kind of walking me through the process. And at that point, I reached out to whatever department I needed to at CHOA, and they advised me that she does need to be at least 1 month of age to do the test. And we immediately scheduled that. And that was all I can really remember about that.
Okay. Do you remember them telling you that even though she had the one mutation on the cystic fibrosis gene, she didn't actually have cystic fibrosis?
I remember from reading the paperwork that they tested for 44 genes and that it was marked that there are over 2,000 genes that are associated with that. So I don't think they tested for everything as fully as they could.
So in the early days of Emma's life, how would you describe her as a baby?
She was sleeping well. She definitely, I think it's been testified numerous times, she did not like to latch on a bottle. So she was exclusively breastfed, which was obviously a big concern when she was taken from us. But she seemed very docile and very, very well behaved and easy to deal with.
And how about the interaction between Aria and Emma? How was the sibling relationship?
I mean, Aria's a sweetheart, very energetic, but Aria's a sweetheart, and I think was, at that point probably a little confused. I mean, she had gotten 100% of our attention up to that point. All of a sudden, there's a little baby that now needs the attention from mom and dad, and I think that upset her. But obviously, she's grown up at this point to be a great big sister.
And how about any health concerns with Emma that you brought up to her pediatrician over those first few weeks of her life?
I mean, besides the cystic fibrosis, I don't know if it was just because Emma was exposed to, all the things Aria was doing, but she was always kind of spitting up and a lot of runny nose and constipated, much more than I remember Aria being.
And so was there ever a point, okay, so you noticed more spitting up, more respiratory issues. just not quite as healthy and vigorous as Aria had been.
Yeah, and when we would, Google it, we would just read that, obviously the baby's being exposed to Aria, and that, from a simple standpoint, that was what we thought was going on.
And you were taking her to all of her regular pediatrician appointments, right?
We never missed a single pediatrician appointment.
Okay. So when you went into Sunshine Pediatrics on May 18th for regular checkup and vaccination, was there anything in particular going on with Emma at that time?
No, I mean, most of the time we would take her in for one appointment, go up to the counter, and they would tell us the date where she needed to come back, and we would build our schedule around that and bring her back on that date.
Okay. And did you take a trip that Memorial Day weekend in 2023?
We did a camping trip just a week or two before this, yes.
Okay. And so who did y'all go on the camping trip with?
My wife and I, Aria, Emma, Tucky and Tony, the aunt and uncle. There was another family there as well that had a younger son. I can't recall their names. I feel bad about that because they're good people. But they're close
it's
friends.
one of Talkie's
just at the moment.
The way you said that, I feel bad about that. It's one of Talkie's Thai friends that went on the trip too, and that's like I can't recall their names, and I feel bad about that. But it was one of Talkie's friends.
And it's so hard to hear Tucky in the background, barely holding it together and weeping. Again, I know that emotions aren't supposed to play a part in what the jury decides, but how do they not after this?
Mm-hmm. Megan, you're muted.
Megan, you're muted.
Oh,
muted boomer.
Woo! We are helping you.
Yeah, muted boomer. Also, we need to check off appropriate loving parents and witness cries, unfortunately.
Is there a box for witness makes us all cry and we are all
There should
irritated?
be.
We like rage better. I don't know if anyone's ever met us, but
Yes.
we are more comfortable in the biatch section
Yeah.
of our feelings.
Yes.
Then
We're much more comfortable in the
I think that's why I end up hiding in my hoodie.
Yeah.
Like
I think
I
that's
don't wanna
why I
do
hide
this right
behind
now.
these brows.
It's like I'm just gonna go into my turtle shell over here.
Yes.
Welcome to neurodivergent coping skills, an addendum to this this trial in progress.
Right. It's all the
Honestly,
things to cope.
I'm not joking with you, but sometimes having something with your hands with these really hard trials, sensory toys have been a godsend because it just kind of grounds me. So I know it sounds really dumb, but just having a couple of little sensory toys around help me. And
I
browse.
used to have one. I need to find one of those.
And browse.
Oh, you know what? I need to turn this into my emotional support beard.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
we
God.
need.
There we
Can
go.
I get
I'm gonna
an
hide behind the
emotions beard in
Mhm.
the literal sense
All
of the
right, you
term?
guys hold this for a second. I have to go turn on the air conditioning before it becomes a nightmare of like hellscape in this room. I just realized it's like 80 degrees outside and I didn't turn the air on. So my room is about to become an oven. I'll be right back.
Oh, we
No
don't want
worries.
an oven.
No.
Although, I mean, what do you guys keep your houses at? I keep my house at 76 and I'm still like in a hoodie.
Yeah, 76.
I think
yeah.
that's about where we keep ours. I can never keep my temperature like at a stable anything.
My
So,
temperature regulator is broken.
yeah, so I'll be freezing, and then I feel like I'm at a comfy temperature. I am all snuggled up, and it's like, oh, would you like a hot flash right now? Would you like to feel like you're cooking from the inside out? And you're like, no, not particularly. Oh, well, that wasn't. We're just letting you know that's what you're gonna feel. You don't have an option.
76 is comfortable because even if it's hot out, which today it's 85 here in Georgia or where I'm at, and 76 is just comfortable. Like it just feels My kids still will put a blanket on if they're on the couch. Like they'll want a
New
blanket.
York is very, where I live, it's very deceiving because every night it's like in the 60s or, and so it's cool because it's, there's so much green space that everything cools off really, really quickly. Right. And so I forget and I open all the windows and I turn the fans on because you don't need your air conditioning when it's
that's so nice.
Oh,
but then
okay. I'm moving to New York.
I forget to turn, well, not New York City. You'd be in hell in New York City. But out in the country, we have so much green space, that it cools off very quickly. And I always forget to turn the air on in the morning. And then I'm like miserable by this time. Like, I'm like, why am I sweating? I'm sweating my tits off, as Jolene would say.
Can
and
you
I don't
do
know
the
why.
thing where like you time or have like one of those smart thermostats so it would turn on for you? Because
no, because I don't have full house air. I have window units because it's an old farmhouse. So I don't have HVAC. Unfortunately, I only have heat that goes through the whole house.
That's okay. I think opening windows is like beautiful. That's the best.
It is nice, but when I forget to close them and turn the air on before it gets to be 1,000,000 degrees, that's a problem.
Problems.
All right, here we go.
Well, were any of those people that you would be concerned about inflicting any injury on your children?
No.
Would you have gone on a camping trip with them if you had thought they would do that?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. And now during this camping trip, were there any health concerns with Emma or Aria?
Not that I recall, no.
Do you remember anything about the car seat observation that your brother-in-law testified to yesterday?
That was brought to my attention, but we never heard her crying during the trip, so I wouldn't have thought that she was in any discomfort in any way. Plus, when you're on a 3-hour road trip, you would expect a child who's strapped in a car seat to cry to a certain extent, but nothing seemed out of normal.
So when you were changing her and bathing her and taking care of her, did you notice any kind of problems or pain or issues?
I personally didn't. I'm sure my wife was probably changing most of the diapers when we were up there. Sorry.
Well, so there was nothing that you noticed. At what point did you notice anything that gave you any concern about Emma's physical condition?
I remember being at work when I received a text message about her leg, and we had discussed that we already have an appointment coming up for Aria to go over her. It was a kind of a checkup on her ear infection, and we just agreed that we would bring him in.
Okay. And Jordan, if I could approach and thank you. And then the state has placed into evidence as State's Exhibit 1 a photograph that you took, correct?
Yes.
And do you remember when you took that photograph?
I don't recall the date, no, but I do remember noticing this and taking the photograph.
Do you remember anything about the circumstances of when you noticed?
Again, I mean, we were all in our
Am I the
living
only
room.
one that
It
hears,
was all
look
four
at
of
this
us at that
photograph
point.
and instantly starts singing Nickelback?
No, I was here
No.
doing my own Chad Krogering.
Okay.
I think my
I want to
wife
make sure
had
I'm not alone when I'm
kind of
sitting
just
here
up
going,
and I
look
was
at
at a
this
certain angle that allowed me to see
photograph.
the ear. And I noticed it pointed out and we took a photo of it. And being a guy, I'm always told to just keep an eye on it, walk it off. So my idea was, well, again, she's not complaining about it. Let's just take a photo, keep an eye on it. And sure enough, it did go away fairly quickly. And that's all I can say.
And when you say it went away fairly quickly, what's fairly quickly in your?
Like 2 or 3 days, it was gone.
Okay. And so were there any other signs of discomfort or pain or illness in Emma?
No.
Okay. And then at what point did you notice the issue with the soft spot on her head?
So that was, again, probably a couple days before Aria's appointment. So we were already planning on bringing Emma in. Again, when I Googled it, it said that this is perfectly natural for a baby to have a soft spot on the head, but it did feel different than what we had remembered from Aria, but we only had one kid, so it's not like we're pediatric doctors by any means. So to our knowledge and what we were able to read about, everything seemed like it should have been normal, and we already knew we had a doctor's appointment scheduled, so we just waited to bring her in.
And then you said you received a text from your wife about her just feeling like there was something going on with the leg.
Yeah, I mean, that's almost exactly what she said. She goes, Emma leg seems to be a little bigger, and that there just always seems to be something going on.
Okay. And so was there anything different you noticed about your daughter Emma during that time in terms of her responses or her crying or her eating or just any of the things that would concern you as a dad?
No, I mean, the night before we brought her to Sunshine Pediatrics, we were picking Aria up from a Bible camp. We had walked around the entire building, which was packed full of people. Nobody looked at us as if we were holding an abused child. Nobody was acting as if, why is this baby crying out so much? She was perfectly fine. And we even have a photo of my wife holding her in a chair at the church.
Okay. So just did not seem like anything was wrong. And were you worried that your wife might have noticed something and just been too anxious maybe?
My wife has always been concerned and just wanted to make sure that everything's okay with her children. So if she was just being a mom, I had kind of assumed maybe it was a bug bite. Maybe Aria had tugged on her leg and pulled a muscle, but I certainly didn't think that it was fracture related.
Okay. So when you and your wife took your daughters to Sunshine Pediatrics on June 6th, do you remember anything about the conversation with Dr. Chanduri and your wife?
Dr. Chanduri simply asked us when was the last vaccine we had, kind of thinking maybe it's vaccine related. I think that was probably 2 weeks prior to that. And then she simply just recommended that we take her down to CHOA. She said that she would call ahead and make the appointment for us and then reach out to us when that was available. We basically went home to grab all the stuff we needed to kind of be out of our house for an extended amount of time, and we headed straight down there.
Okay. So did you have any hesitation at all about following the doctor's instruction to take her to CHOA?
No, I mean, we were at the doctor's office to try to find out what was going on with our child. We had no hesitation. Our goal was to figure out what was going on with Emma.
Okay. So when you got to CHOA, what's the first thing you recall about y'all pulling up with Emma?
The first thing I remember is basically rolling up to the door. I had Aria in her stroller, and I was told that at the moment they're only allowing one parent back at a time. So Aria and I were not allowed to go back with Emma and my wife.
Okay. And did that worry you at all?
Not necessarily. I mean, I was not happy about it. I mean, it's June.
Okay,
it's
see,
kinda
by
hot.
this, and no shade on Matt or Tucky, but by this point, I would have been on the phone with a lawyer. You tell me I'm not allowed to go back anywhere with my child. I already know what's up. I know what you're doing. And when you say I'm not allowed, it's not my choice anymore.
You know, their mind wasn't thinking that. They are not thinking anything because
because they're not paranoid like me, because they haven't
Yeah,
seen
they're not
this happen.
paranoid.
No, we didn't know at this time. And she's like, I'll call ahead and make an appointment. But now we know she called ahead and said, hey, I've been seeing this family for 3.5 years. I've never seen a single red flag. But they did bring their baby in with a swollen leg today. So now I think that this is a red flag. Plus, it's only 3 years past COVID, and I don't know what it's like around other places, but there are still doctor facilities around here that try. I mean, my dentist office today had a big COVID-19, stay safe.
Oh.
It's like, guys, we're in 2026. Stop it.
You know what my office has still? They have a sign up that says belligerent behavior will not be tolerated. And I'm like, what do I get to say the same thing about your nurses? You know, like, do I have to tolerate their belligerent behavior? Because I'll tell you what, I've had a few of them be pretty belligerent with me. Like, what is this adversarial relationship we've started having with the medical professionals?
It makes parents not be able to do anything. So he's about to say, hey, it was June. It's hot outside. I'm told I can't go in. So I'm keeping my 3-year-old outside in Georgia in June, just walking around a hospital. I mean, I do find that weird that both parents couldn't go back, but I'm not sure he really thought about it like they're looking at us in a certain light. It's probably like, hey, this is a hospital. You stay out.
I'm gonna tell you guys, check off red flag, because that's a giant red flag. If you are at any doctor and they keep you from your child, you need to be on the phone with an attorney stat. Red flag. That's right. Get out the red flags. Because that is a giant red flag. That means that you're being investigated, period. Get a lawyer.
So
get one
crazy,
immediately.
right?
Yeah,
it's just crazy because Emma hasn't even been seen at CHOA. They let them go from the doctor's office to home. This wasn't a you have to go to CHOA. This was, hey, if you want to know what's going on with Emma's leg, you should go to CHOA. So it's crazy. If they're abusers, why are you letting them take the 2 children?
Because they're trying to be sneaky.
Exactly.
They don't want them to know what is going on. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's awful.
And I'm now rolling a little baby around the property of the hospital trying to figure out what to do. But I certainly would have wanted to have been back there with them.
So what's the next thing you remember happening?
The next thing I remember happening was I was allowed in the back. This was after the aunt and uncle were able to come pick up Aria. So I'd waited with Aria until she was picked up. The next thing I remember is being told that law enforcement and defects had been called on my family. They did a very poor job at explaining that any of these injuries were older.
What is the objection?
Relevance of the defects case.
What? Defects was called, you idiot.
Objection.
What do you mean?
Because he said defects in law enforcement had been called to the family. And she's like, objection, we're not talking about defects. Well, guess what? He was just asked what happened next.
Yeah. What do you mean relevance?
And poor Matt, how do you keep yourself under control and not lose it?
I don't know.
A lot of personal strength, I would imagine, that I look up to these people, because I mean we don't know the personal strength we have until we go through these tested situations, and like, holy shit, to go through this type of situation and remain so calm and respectful and admirable, like, fuck you, motherfucker, like fuck you.
That's what happened, man. That's what happened.
I'd go full Randy Marsh and be like, I thought this was America. Like, yeah, Flex and I are not the people that you want to let in on your secret, super secret plan, because we will not intentionally break on the stand, but we will go full Randy Marsh.
I guess it's because he said they did a poor job. Maybe that's why she.
Well, let's hear what she says her objection is. I want to hear the question. I mean, I want to hear his answer again.
The next thing I remember is being told that law enforcement and defects had been called on my family. They did a very poor job at explaining that any of these injuries were older.
Yep.
What is the objection?
Relevance of the defects case.
She's objecting because he's referencing the defects case, the juvenile case. Again, this is the same roadblock we came up against in the Kowalski case, where every time the plaintiff wanted to bring up the defects case, it was, oh, no, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that.
And she didn't object until he said defects. Then he goes to a new sentence. She doesn't object. He says they did a poor job.
And then she objects.
And then she objected.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like defects has been kept out of this case entirely. They testified.
Yes.
This is so stupid.
We straight with the facts.
Those are the facts.
Yes, and yes.
Did you see what Matt said?
He just said that.
He goes, those are.
You tell him that.
You know what? If I hadn't already checked off mic drop, I would check it off now.
Matt,
You know
good
what? We're gonna
Lord.
go with witness Rex State instead.
Yeah.
Because
You said
man,
it directly to the judge. Those are the facts, Your Honor.
those are the facts. Let's see that
Matt,
again.
on behalf of the power bestowed upon me by these brows and my own general sense of ridiculousness, I would like to award you the kick-ass, smart-ass, honest answer award of the day.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him.
Say the facts.
That is the fact.
Yeah, and
Well,
yes, Your Honor, and I'm asking him literally about his experience at the hospital.
well, it's conclusionary. We're concluding to something. You can testify to something.
What does
I'm not
that mean?
ready to testify. I still want to make conclusions.
Oh, okay.
Conclusions about they did a poor job. That's it.
Conclusion that they were concerned about, if I could just.
He's testified that they did a poor job.
Yep.
He needs to
So?
state what it is if you want to testify to that.
All right.
Okay, and well,
So go and tell him
you know,
what the
I'm
poor
asking him
Pause,
for-
Megan.
tell him how
my
poor
God.
it was.
The amount of inordinate glee Flux and I felt like that welled up in our soul when he's like, "Prove it," and we were like,
okay.
Thank you, Judge. Don't threaten me with a good time. Allow me." It's like,
Holy shit.
here I am now,
This'll get
entertain
awkward.
you. Like,
Yeah.
I
This
have a
is
full
about to get
orchestra.
very
This'll get
awkward, sir.
awkward.
Like, yeah, let's do it. Get the whip out, Matt. Let's go. Because, yeah, you want
Get
to
it,
hear
Matt.
what a poor job they did? Let's get into
Okay.
it. Damn.
His opinion and belief and present sense impression from his recollection. So please don't make any conclusions, just testify about what you
No, I
experienced.
do apologize. What I was indicating is that when they told us about the injuries Emma had, they at no point told us that anything was older or newer. They just said she has this, and this, and it was kind of like a deer in the headlights situation.
So when you say she had this, and this, do you remember anything specific about what they told you at that time?
I remember them telling me about the ribs and then showing me an x-ray of the legs, in which I really couldn't tell what they were talking about.
Okay. And at this point, was anybody asking you any questions?
No.
So nobody was seeking to get a psychosocial history or family history or collect any information from you?
I was asked where I work, when I work, and my phone number.
Okay. And so do you remember, were you speaking to members of law enforcement or DFCS, or who do you recall?
They had a mask on. I believe it was probably Abby Rising. I can't say that 100%, but it was not law enforcement or DFCS.
Okay. So what do you remember happening next, Mr. Hernandez?
We spent the day with Emma. The next thing I recall is waking up at, I would say, around 11 o'clock at night. Emma was in the bassinet and my wife was not in the room. I proceeded to ask nurses, where is my wife? Does anybody, I thought it was odd that she was not in the room. And it turns out that she had been pulled out of the room to be interrogated by DFCS and
For fuck's sake.
And so had both of y'all been set up to spend the night in the room with Emma at
Bingo.
CHOA?
Just kidding.
Yes.
I'm not playing.
And what do you remember happening next?
15 to 20 minutes later, my wife returned to the room, and then I was asked to go back and answer questions as well.
Do you remember who you were meeting with at that point?
I remember, I think one of the police officers' name was Adrian. I don't remember the second gentleman. And then
I'm going to call straightforward answers. It's nice to have a witness on the stand who just answers the questions, isn't it?
I was
Right.
sitting directly to the left of Sarah Eller, or Sarah Nolan.
And so what information did you tell them?
They asked me if we had any large animals in the house. They asked me where Emma slept, if anybody had ever dropped Emma. And then it kind of went to, where'd you grow up? And pretty casual conversation.
And so about, and this is the night of, like, late at night on June 6th that this is happening.
This was very late at night.
And so, did you have any problem answering any of these questions?
No.
And do you remember any other information that you shared with them or were asked for during this meeting?
So directly after I finished my interrogation, I did drive home and the police followed me to take photos of our house.
Okay. And then what happened next?
I remember, again, just kind of standing in my kitchen talking to the two police officers. And they said that, hey, we hope we don't see you again.
Okay.
What?
And
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait, Megan, pause.
They were really kind. That they were all.
I know
really
what that
kind.
means. I know what it means.
We see nothing wrong here.
The cops didn't believe it, but they already know they're probably going to see him again because DFCS is so fucked up.
Yeah. Matt said
That's what
that
it
the
means.
police.
That's bullshit.
We hope we don't see you again.
Yeah.
But we know we probably are gonna, because these bitches got to get paid or whatever it is they're gonna do.
Yeah.
This is
true.
Right to jail, right away.
I hate them.
You and your where your wife was assisting with her sister and brother-in-law's Amazon reselling business.
Yeah, we had been selling on Amazon for, I couldn't tell you how long, but yeah, we were at that current time, we were selling stuff on Amazon.
Okay. So do you remember anything that the police did while they were there that seemed unusual to you?
No, I mean, they went in every room, just took photos. There was a separate lady who wasn't at the hospital who did photography that collaborated with them to show up at her house. They opened the
And you know what? That's why they didn't put the cops on the stand.
Yes.
Because there wasn't one of them who was going to say we saw any abuse here.
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah, exactly it.
Jennifer, did Catherine ever interview any of the officers?
No,
Like,
they don't do depositions here. I don't know why, but no, none of them were deposed. I don't know if I know one of them.
Can you informally talk to them about maybe I'll call you as a witness?
I'm sure you can. But now the Adrian he's talking about was Adrian. He moved to another state. He actually got demoted for shoddy police work in a child abuse case. However, sometimes I'm wondering if he was just a good police officer. It's like now that everything came out, I'm more wondering, was he good? Was he just saying, hey, I see nothing here? And so they're like,
yeah,
guys, not the tool we need him to be. Because Matt said when they came to arrest Tucky at their house, everyone was respectful. They were kind. Matt had no problems with police. They were nothing but kind and good. So that's why I think Catherine didn't subpoena him, is because he was in another state and Matt and Tucky would have had to pay for that. So
Sure. But you know what? I would really like to look him up and ask him about it.
Sure. Yeah, I would too.
I would. I would like to just see if maybe is he retired now or he just moved?
I don't think so. No. Just moved to another
It's too bad he's not retired. Retired cops will talk more. But I mean, maybe we could, if there's send me his name. I'm going to see if I can find him. Would you text or email it to me?
Yeah.
Because that's something that even off the record, maybe he'd talk to me about it.
Yeah.
There's just not one police officer gets called by the state. And there's a reason for that. And I think now we know it.
Fridge, freezer.
Oh, somebody in the chat was like, they're not allowed to search your house without a warrant. Yes, they are. If you give them permission, they allowed them to do
Matt was. Matt drove. They followed him. It's so easy for us to see now, but because now we know what happened. But if you're innocent of anything and people are questioning you, you're probably going to welcome them in with open arms because you don't have anything.
And I hate to say it, but not that, as you can see, he was as cooperative as could be, and it still went against him. It still went the wrong way. But you can also trigger them if you are, bless you, Mo, bless you, good Lord, bless you, get a Claritin. Wow,
You only get two.
You had your mute button on, but I still saw that. That was incredible. That looked violent.
Look,
Be careful.
my body saves them up. It like fakes me out 90% of the time. It's like, you're going to sneeze. No, you're just going to make that really weird pre-sneeze face. And then it'll like get me with 10 sneezes in a row. It's the weirdest thing.
But yeah, you can't, if you cooperate with them, sometimes it helps to not trigger them to hate you and go after you. Because if you would demand a warrant and you make them do extra work, sometimes that's what triggers them to go after you and never stop. I mean, I have an attorney friend here who deals with New York DFCS, and her advice is, yeah, if that ever happens, call me, but we're going to be real cooperative, like as cooperative as possible, because the last thing you want to do is set off some bitch with a chip on her shoulder who is just now going to come after you for the rest of your life.
We know our rights. We know them. But what if Matt had said no? Think about what that would look like at this trial.
Well, they would have had to go and get a warrant, and I wonder if they would have been able to. I mean, maybe they would with the doctor.
Wouldn't they get it from this guy? Would they get it from this guy from Superior?
Oh, yeah, they'd get it from him. Yeah.
It's like, what would happen? And then that would look bad on Matt, even though I agree you shouldn't. I've learned that. It's a say no to the police. But it's not going to look good to the jury if Matt had.
In a child welfare situation, denying them access to your house is usually a bad idea, even though you have a right to do it. But I would suggest that in that case, you hold them off until your attorney can be present. That's what I would do. I would say, I am happy to let you come in here with my attorney. So let's call my attorney and let's see if we can get her out here now. And if we can't, then we'll set an appointment. But you can see the children at the window, and we will absolutely agree to do whatever you need with my attorney.
Yeah, I think
that's what I would do. But that's not legal advice. It's just what I would do.
Yeah. Before we start, I was just going to say thank you, Wamil, for the $5 Cash App for aggressively petting the cat and hiding in the hoodie. Thank you so much, Jamel.
Yes, and if you would like to send either Mo or Flux a tip, there. What?
You have
apparently you have a super tip.
I do.
That's what chat's saying.
It's not showing up.
Oh,
yeah, I do. That's so weird. It didn't. It didn't up. I had to refresh the screen. Jameson, thanks for the 5.
DFAP case is relevant because if the state could not meet a lower burden to take the children, they can't reach a higher burden to take their freedom.
Yep.
Dipshits, a legal term of art.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. That's true. But of course, not letting in the DFCS case and what happened there is just like the state's way of getting around that, of getting around the question. Well, if the juvenile court didn't take these children, then what the hell are we doing here? Gosh, I've also missed a bunch of super chats. I'm sorry. And Jules, Chris Thompson, thanks for the 250 Jules with the laughing disco. I love the gifts and the Jules. Those are fun. Sticky Widget, thanks for being a member for 22 months. And the stats, 2 Jules and Silver Star. Thank you. Emil C gifted a membership. Welcome to the Fox Den. Whoever got that. It is weird in here, but you will get used to it. And if you don't, I don't know, get some cream, put it on the parts that hurt. You'll be all right soon. 2012, Jameson, thanks for the 2. Mesner would like to be rode. That's not a punishment. Not for him. Jameson, thanks for the 2, says it's more like she's used to getting paddled. I'm not sure, but maybe. Sticky Widget, you're not going to best this man, ye. Yep. True. And Emil, thanks for the 2 Jules and the Silver Star. Those are so fun. Do you guys watch those in the chat?
I love the little sticker jewel thingies. They're fun. They glow up the chat.
They're so
I will say that I'm learning them and it's not
I
as
have
easy
no
to keep-
idea what they do.
Yeah, like I'm so confused. I'm like, thank you for the doodad. I'm like, look at
They
this
do
thing.
pay.
It's a dingle hopper.
they pay like a tip, like a super chat, I guess. I just don't know how joules equal dollars. That's something I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Have fun supporting the show however you want to, whether it's with the weird super stickers or the joules, whatever. And don't forget the Hernandez fundraiser, because that's really important too.
But nothing, you know, out of normal.
So you had no problem letting them have access to your house, right?
Not at all.
They didn't.
And now that's one thing though that I would caution Catherine on making that a big deal in front of a jury, because he didn't have to let them in the house. And if he didn't let them in the house, she would be saying he has a constitutional right not to have his home searched.
Yeah.
And so I kind of don't even like using it for the jury to be like, look at how cooperative he was, because technically speaking, he didn't have to do that. And I don't want juries
Okay, Megan,
thinking that he should.
Counterpoint, we are speaking as deeply involved hyper nerds in law.
true.
So we want to clarify. But optics are what's important, and connecting with a jury and showing that he was willing, and even if it went against legal intelligence to do this, he was willing to put himself at a disadvantage. And I do think that optically, with as crippled as the defense has been, this is a good thing to bring up. So I get your point as a law nerd, but I think as a juror, this plays very well in their favor.
But as far as I consider my role to be educating the American public as to what their rights are, you do have a right to say no.
Ask for your lawyer. Like, don't say no.
Don't say no.
You're
Say,
welcome.
You're welcome, but I need to call my lawyer. My lawyer needs to be here before we make that decision. Consult with your attorney, because these are your rights need to be preserved. And I want people to understand, if you go to jury duty and you ever hear someone say he refused to let the cops in or the DCF without a warrant, that you don't hold that against them. There is a lot of reasons why someone does not want cops in their house. And it doesn't have to be anything illegal. It can just be, I don't like the fucking cops and I don't want them in my house. And you don't have to have them there, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, it would. Well, I guess it wouldn't apply because they're not soldiers, and it doesn't, but you don't have to have soldiers or police officers in your house.
And you might be building a killdozer in the garage for unrelated reasons, and you don't need anyone asking you questions about it, okay?
Yes.
Great point.
Yeah.
Great point.
Like maybe you're not planning on using it. Maybe it's for a parade. You know what I mean? So I
It
mean, these are the kinds of things that can really hem somebody up in an investigation when they haven't done anything wrong, but there was weed on the side table, or those things. Like in states where marijuana is legal, DCF will use that to take kids away.
Yeah, that's
even like federally legal, or I mean, because it's not federally legal anywhere, so I can see that. But I thought,
in Colorado, I've covered stories in Colorado where it's 100% legal for recreation, and parents have had children removed for marijuana use. That's
interesting.
Ridiculous.
That's so stupid, because
the laws have not
studies
caught up.
The studies show it's not as bad as alcohol. So take that what you will.
It hasn't. The laws just have not caught up.
Show you a search warrant or say you had to. They told you that they wanted to do this, right?
No, my wife and I were cooperative during this entire process.
Okay. And at this point, did you have any concerns about what was going on and how it might have related to your daughter's health and the CHOA visit?
I mean, this whole thing blindsided us for sure. Obviously, my wife is still down there. At the moment, I just remember thinking, I just want to get to sleep so I can get back down there in the morning to be with them.
Okay. So what's the next thing you remember happening?
A couple days in the hospital, with the girls, with Emma. The next thing I remember is as we were discharged, we went over to the aunt and uncle's house real quick in the morning so that my wife could feed Emma. And then we went straight to the courthouse.
Okay. So at some point, were you served with a copy of a removal order? Objection, relevance.
No, it's not relevant at all.
Observations of what was going on with his daughter during this entire process.
I don't even recall if we were.
I don't want to testify as to what he's doing with his daughter, but as far as going into the juvenile court issues, I don't want to go into that.
This judge cannot just answer an objection. He does it every time. He qualifies it by saying, I'm going to allow it. So I haven't even been able to call overruled or sustained. I can't tell. He's like, well, I'm going to let him answer the question, but don't go into the
But these are my perimeters.
But what does that even mean? Like, what did he say that was about the juvenile case? Nothing.
Yeah, he didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything about that. So I'm calling overruled because he's going to let him answer the question. But like, this judge is pissing me off. Like, dude, what a dick. Sorry, I had to say it. What a dick. We're calling that on the card too.
And
do your job, man.
Your Honor, but the only investigation that was done in this objection.
You cannot object. She is talking to the fucking judge.
Is that not crazy?
Oh my God. She's objecting to
I remember some of this
to the judge about why he should be allowed to talk about this. This is crazy. I'm sorry. I'm squalling out. I know it says Flux squalls out, but I'm letting you check it for me squalling out.
It should just be panel member squalls out.
Yeah,
Okay,
it should
we'll
be
change
like split. We all get to take the light sometimes.
I'm taking it today. I'm squalling out.
Objections again, I would ask that be handled at the second offense of the jurors. I think this
She
court's
wants the
directed her
jurors
multiple times. She can't do that.
She can't do that.
Excuse me, Jury.
There they go. Okay, here goes the jury.
If the court's ruling is that testimony about the
She's still
physical
talking.
status of his daughter and the documents he received from the state about his daughter are not relevant, then we may need to.
I will let you testify as to where his daughter's whereabouts and what we've addressed.
What they were trying to do.
But we're not. So he can't talk about the juvenile records he was given.
I do have a continuing objection to that.
So then,
Send the jury out. Let them argue it.
So, do you recall when Emma went to...
No, Catherine, make them send the jury out. Because she's right. This is crazy. All right, you know what? It doesn't matter. But here's the thing. I have so many thoughts going on at once that I can't put them all in the right place. I guess it doesn't matter because they won this case, so there is no appeal. But I wish there was almost. I don't wish that Matt and Tucky got a guilty.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
There are so many issues in this case that this judge deserves a giant smackdown from the higher court to be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And he'll never get that because Catherine and Steve won this case. But so it just all goes undecided. I wish there was something that could be done, even if you get a not guilty, that you can go to
you
the
could
appeals
appeal
court,
on
or
some
you know
of
what? You know what it is? You know what it is? I know what the remedy is. Catherine would have to file with the Judicial Oversight Board. That's what it is. You go to the Oversight Board and you say, this judge acted badly during this trial, and here's the records, and he should be admonished.
My husband did that for both judges. Yes, for both judges
in the juvenile case and then this case.
And in this
so what
one,
happened? Do you know?
Nothing. Yeah, they didn't do anything wrong.
Did they give you a determination?
He wants to send it to you. I forgot about that. He wanted you to read them.
Yeah,
Jonathan has it, and he wanted to send it to you for you to be able to read on one of our shows.
Yeah, I want to read them.
What he said and what the response was.
Well, it's risky because attorneys don't generally want to do it. But let's just say that the Judicial Oversight Board takes complaints from attorneys more seriously than complaints from outsiders. Yeah. So if I know that in the Hales case, the attorneys did file with the JQC to go after Craig DeThomasis and they did. I believe they did. They never talked about it, but his behavior on the bench changed like overnight. It went a total 180. So whatever the JQC did to him, they probably sent him a warning letter saying you cannot behave like this. And if you continue it, the next time it'll be a public, set down.
Yeah.
But it's a real risky thing for a lawyer to send a complaint to a judicial oversight board. It is.
Sure.
Yeah.
To your brother and sister.
But they ignore everyone else.
Yeah.
She had went there the day before.
Okay.
We stayed at a friend's house and then went over there in the morning. And then at that point, both the girls were staying with them.
And so at this point, have you been made aware of any allegation that you or your wife had harmed your daughter?
Just, like I said, when I first got in that room, they basically said that they had called CPS. So that alone tells me that they're accusing us of child abuse, whether they said it or not.
Good assumption. That is true.
And I thought, hey, they're going to look into this and realize that we're a happy, loving family, and this is all going to be okay. We'll cooperate. We'll do everything they ask us to do. This is all going to be okay. And this is where we are.
Okay. So did you cooperate with everything that you were instructed to do by the various participants when you went to court?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so what was the next thing that happened with you and your girls?
I mean, it's been a long time, and there's been a lot of dramatic moments here and a lot of pain. The next thing I recall is getting home from a visit that had been cut off early. They said that Emma was kind of breathing heavy.
And I think he's describing his actions in response to statements that the state's witnesses have testified to.
Objection, prosecutor is a demon.
I hear that someone's stating about what someone said.
I did.
I think it would be necessary as a hearsay exception to explain his course of conduct.
He can tell what he did in regards to information he received from whoever this is.
Okay. So
I didn't receive information. I was at a visit with my daughter, who was clearly breathing heavy. My wife and I decided once again to do what's right and to cut the visit early to make sure she was okay.
Look how he's looking at
And then
you.
went home for my wife to be arrested
Oh my.
while she was just trying to have her lunch.
okay. So, and was this late June?
Yes,
Okay. Now, were you arrested in late June?
I was not.
When were you arrested? Objection relevance.
I knew it.
I'm going to allow it.
Thank you, Mona.
Oh, he's going to allow it.
How is it not relevant? He's in the middle of a legal trial. What are you talking about?
What do you mean his arrest date isn't fucking relevant?
If I was Matt, I'd be like, well, then I'm going to get up and go. Because if it's not relevant, I want out of here.
If my arrest isn't fucking relevant, why am I fucking in court without my babies?
Yes.
I'm going to say I'm really counting on Matt to say I was arrested right after I went to the media several months later. Now, Matt, she's setting you up for this. Are you going to take it, or does she have to drag it out of you? Because if you just got to say it. You went on media interviews. You were arrested within 24 hours.
Bond hearing for my wife to hopefully allow her.
I'm going to allow it.
Thank you, Mona. When were you arrested?
I was notified by the state when I was at a bond hearing for my wife to hopefully allow her to come home. When Caroline Yee stood up and announced that she was going to have me indicted, I then hired an attorney and I turned myself in to cooperate again with the state as much as we could to help us navigate through this process.
No, Matt. Tell them about the media.
I would say mid-December.
Of 2023?
Yes, sorry.
So your wife was arrested in June of 2023. You were arrested in December of 2023. Was there anything that had
She's
Have
trying.
you made any public statements about the case in December of 2023?
Yes.
Relevance. And Your Honor, he's talking about his own statements that he made regarding the subject matter of the case. I believe it's entirely
Yeah,
relevant.
well,
Thank you, Your Honor.
So it was pretty apparent to me that this is a chess game for the state.
Oh.
As soon as I reached out and asked people for help on Facebook, I was then arrested.
So you had made a public plea for help in your case.
Yes, I wanted my family back.
Okay. So let's go back to your wife was arrested in June of 2023. And I know this is tough.
I wish he had said he did media
I
interviews.
know. He probably wasn't really even thinking about it, but we all know that's exactly what happened. He did an interview with you. He did an interview.
He did an interview with that local
with 11 Alive.
person.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same one Jonathan and I spoke at.
Yeah. So, and that was absolutely relevant. That's why they did it. They did it to shut him up.
You're not gonna do this, sir.
And do you guys now understand why I hate covering these cases? Because look what happened to Matt 24 hours after I interviewed him. He was arrested. He was indicted and arrested. It was crazy. And that's not the first time it's happened. I don't like doing these cases until it's all over, because when it's in the middle of it, media attention does not help the way you think it will. It can backfire in a huge way. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't have done it, because all things have worked together in this thing, for good to get them exonerated. But it's so risky.
After she was arrested, what happened next?
I remember them having her take her wedding ring off and hand it to me.
Oh my God.
I remember trying to reach out to everybody I could and just ask, what can I do? What do I do? I remember talking to the police officer and trying to tell him that this is absurd, that this makes no sense, that we brought her daughter in on our own. I remember when she was gone, I just looked at her food on the table and I said, I don't know what to do.
How long did she spend in jail before you were able to get her out on bond? Objection relevance. And Your Honor,
Fuck
it goes to
you.
the entire family circumstance during 2023.
Sorry.
We have had previous state's
Don't be
testimony
sorry.
regarding
Speak louder.
the actions of various individuals during this time period, and we will have further evidence.
This time I'm
Okay,
not
pause,
relevant.
Megan.
I'll say it's not relevant.
What?
Raging.
It's not relevant.
You know what's not relevant? Your entire education in law, because you know what our legal system was founded on? Mercy and the hopeful achievement of mercy or justice tempered with mercy.
Yep.
It wasn't supposed to be a one size fits all. It wasn't supposed to be a personal vendetta. It was supposed to be, justice tinged with mercy. In
How is
the
it not relevant? Like, think about how stupid that sounds. Even if you could say that the juvenile stuff isn't relevant, even though I disagree with that, they have a little bit more ground to say juvenile proceedings are not relevant in this courtroom. I disagree with it, but they have a slight point. But how is the arrest not relevant to this friggin' case that they are sitting through?
Of course it is. Mo, I give you full permission to drop the C word at any moment.
All right, I'm doing it now. You fucking cunt. Please go back to basic humaning, because right now the only thing you're doing with alacrity and, functional giving of to anything in the universe is converting oxygen into carbon dioxide. So yay, and thank you for thinking of the trees, but you're kind of an asshole. So, save a tree, plant an asshole allegedly in Minecraft.
I'm calling the C word and what a bitch at the same time. And I see that Flux, in lieu of blanket fort of shame, has gone into the hoodie of shame. We really need to get that on the bingo card. Hoodie of shame.
I need to remember to bring my blanket over here so I can be in my blanket fort.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Mo keeps telling me not to buy the little swing cave thing that I desperately want. But I feel like the universe is like, Mo, to survive the next day, the credit card will survive this. And then I need to try to figure out how to hide like the big box from Mr. Mo and the fact that he'd have to construct it for it to be safe.
As we go forward, at this point, I'm fine, it's not relevant.
Okay, so when were you allowed to see your wife again after she was arrested?
Catherine's like, oh, I'll get it in there.
My wife stayed with friends for, I think, around 10 months. We missed our 11th wedding anniversary together. We weren't allowed to talk, see each other, nothing.
So her bond conditions meant that you and your wife were not allowed to have any contact at all?
Crazy.
No.
And she was not allowed to live at your house?
No, they expected her to basically be a hobo and a gypsy and just live with friends and jump around the state of Georgia.
A hobo and a gypsy. The state of Georgia expected her to be a hobo and a gypsy. I did not have hobo and gypsy on the bingo card, but I do have Megan's blood pressure meds are not working, and that is definitely a problem right now. I can't.
Only Matt can make something ridiculous semi-comical. You know, it's just his personality. He's like, I'm gonna get it out there. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Whatever it takes.
It is the art of stating the truth boiled down to the most reductive and stupid to prove a point.
Yeah.
All right, the chat is asking for me to show my emotional support rat. I'm going to do it. Hold on, I'll be right back. Getting the rat.
Emotional support rat. Interesting.
I am intrigued. I love that this is a dual stream, honestly, and kind of not jokingly, about how we all kind of adapt and deal with emotions, because
How we all
as
cope.
much well, but as much as we joke, you know, let's be real, whether we are at a place where we're getting ready to go into for an evaluation, I love it.
It's so
Is
big.
that one of those?
Chonky, and look, it's got a tail.
Is
and
it weighted?
Is that
No,
one of those like
that's the only
squishy?
That's the
plushy
only
things?
thing it's missing is some beans. So it's weighted. It's not. So it's pretty lightweight, but it acts like a pillow. I've been sleeping on it. It's really
I
soft.
need one now.
This is Chat Rat. The chat
Love
sent
it.
me Chat Rat. He's my
I love
emotional
that.
support rat. And yeah, I definitely need him for this trial. This is I should have brought out the
But-
rat a while ago.
Okay, but I'm kind of proud of us because, you know, instead of masking or going on avatars, my whole kind of beat of a drum the past few weeks have been talking about unmasking even when it's uncomfortable, and feelings, especially my own, aren't easy. And it seems like it might not be easy for all of us on panel, but I'm kind of
Well,
proud of us for
I've
showing our
eaten
discomfort.
I've eaten 2 dark chocolate Reese's cups from Trader Joe's and 5 cookies.
Oh, that's where my appetite went,
So
because
that's
mine
where-
has fled.
That's how
I
I'm
can't-
coping.
I cannot eat my feelings, so I will hug this rat, because if I eat my feelings, I'll gain more weight, and that sucks. Rodents of unusual size.
Yes, ROUSs.
ROUSs.
He's going into his opinion about things.
Why can't he? It's
If relevant, he has to lay foundation. Sorry, at this point in time, that's not into that.
And our position
You
is
can
that
ask for the contact with his wife. I'm not giving you that. But to go
Oh.
in, that's the rest of the answer.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, sir. Just
No, I'm
Next
not
question,
fine. You're
No.
inhibiting my
None of
ability
this
to
is
tell
fine,
my
Matt.
were you
story.
able to see
I
your
hope the
girls
judge feels like
during
a
this
big
time?
man kicking a dude while he's down.
I was still able to see the girls twice a week at the Thrive Together Visitation Center.
And were you able to have supervised visitation with them?
Yes.
And were you ever present at any visitations with your brother-in-law and sister-in-law and the girls?
Yes, I had asked Thrive if there was any way that the aunt and uncle could be part of the visits, considering how much of a role they had played in Aria's life. And this was, I thought, very important to comfort Aria.
And did you have any concerns about Aria or Emma's physical condition on any of these visits?
God dang it.
We touched base on the discoloration of her skin, when she was dropped off by Mackenzie.
And I'm sorry, I apologize, Mr. Hernandez. We were jumping ahead to later in July. Did you, let's talk about the visitation with you and the aunt and uncle while the girls were still in the custody of your brother-in-law and sister-in-law. And I was.
I'm sorry. The worst thing that I currently remember was the broken necklace around Aria's neck.
Okay. So while the girls were at your brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house, were you allowed to do visitation at their home?
No.
So you were not allowed to go to the home where your girls were staying?
That's correct.
Okay. Were your brother-in-law and sister-in-law allowed to bring the girls to a third-party location where you could visit with them?
The only place that we were approved that I was allowed to see the girls was at the Thrive Center.
Okay. And did you ever have any concerns about the girls' physical conditions while they were in the custody of your brother-in-law and sister-in-law?
No.
Did you see any of the discolorations on Emma that your brother-in-law and sister-in-law reported and took her into CHOA for?
I remember being notified from I'm just going to say it was a juvenile attorney that notified me that Emma was back at CHOA. That was the first time that I had heard of those new problems.
Okay. And was everyone being very careful to follow all of the court's orders during this time? Objection, relevance. And
Oh
it goes
my.
directly to the issue of who had access to the child and the state's theory that somehow the mother snuck in and abused the child.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Shocking.
I'm sorry, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry, I probably want to try to ask it a little bit differently now. Was everyone being very careful to follow all of the court orders during this time?
Yeah, I mean, we took this very seriously and we cooperated and did everything we were asked from the very beginning.
And did you have any contact with your wife during this time?
No.
Did you allow your wife to have any contact with your girls during this time?
No, my wife and I knew that this was a very serious matter. We did everything we were asked to do.
Okay. Do you have any reason to believe that your brother-in-law and sister-in-law were not following the instructions about contact that they had been given by
Guys,
the
Megan,
court?
we've been going for 2 hours. We can take a break. We can take a break.
I think I
know-
have to. I'm feeling
Yes.
like I've deep sighed like 4 times in the last 2 minutes.
Yes, and part of honoring Matt's experience doesn't mean putting ourselves in pain. We can take breaks.
I think I need to. I think I
and
need to.
process because that's
it's
part
been
of
a
I need a cigarette break. Holy shit.
It's been a lot.
I'm going to smoke all the cigarettes.
I think you're right. though.
Yes.
You're right. It's just getting too heavy at this moment. And like I can't function anymore. I knew this was going to be difficult, and I'm not looking forward to Tucky's testimony either, which I'm sure is going to be horrifically emotional, but we do owe it to them to give it the attention that it deserves. Because people really need to see what the government can do to you if you do not keep them in check.
Yeah.
So, and these are the Tim's case and this case are 2 of the worst stories I've ever seen of government interference and overstepping. And yeah, I saw the chat having a conversation as we have veterans in the chat about how upset it makes them that this family no longer feels safe to live in this country. having, they're moving back to Tucky's
It's
home.
extremely upsetting. Because
Yeah.
a lot of us sacrifice a lot of our lives so that people can live here and not have to worry about stupid bullshit. And it's like, oh, the state doesn't give a fuck and wants to just fuck over all these people so they don't want to be here. So our work is for nothing.
Yeah, because veterans take an oath to uphold the Constitution. And what these people have done to these people's constitutional rights is unforgivable. What the state did to the Tim's family and the Hernandez family, they just trampled all over their constitutional rights, the right to privacy, the right to be parents. It's just, and parental rights are a thing. Like, they are a thing. And the state likes to pretend as if they are not a thing. And that is just not true.
One thing I've noticed since I've been watching these cases with you is that the children are property when it's convenient, but they're also their own people who can make their own decisions when it's convenient. And also they can blame you, the parent, when it's convenient. And there's no standard. It's really, you're just fucked. You as a parent in this state, you are just fucked to the mercy.
Correct.
And I have talked to three people in my life in the past month that have had babies in the past 2 to 3 years, and 3 of them have had CPS called on them due to the hospital issues.
No,
where they do something the hospital doesn't like, so the hospital automatically is like, abuser. And I'm like,
so
how fucking rampant is this?
We have an advocate in Florida who's amazing, and she once used to work for CPS there in Florida, and she got out, and she's an amazing advocate. And her own daughter had delivered a baby a few months ago, and she ended up getting CPS called on her for taking morphine during the delivery. The delivery that the doctors
what? So they gave her morphine and then
her medication
during
the delivery, and then CPS got involved because the mom was positive for that the doctors gave her. I read about this a year ago and I was like, that just sounds insane. Surely this is not happening. And now it's someone that I know on a personal level. It's definitely happening.
Go back to the fact that you are practicing medicine. You guys are at the relative stage in the timeline of advancement of the start of the Industrial Revolution. You know all of the Latin names, but you don't know the complex interconnected things that go on in our brains. And yet you lob
demonstrative is being called on the bingo card.
You lob, chemical Molotovs at this thing that you barely understand, and then proceed to, blame us peons that you're throwing these chemical Molotovs at when they don't respond or they aren't working the way they are supposed to. And we tell you this, well, your body's weird. Do you know? That's odd. I've never heard of that. Well, I get that you're practicing the art of medicine, but I thought you weren't an understudy.
But what world, if you say it out loud, some of these things just sound insane. How do you get CPS and law enforcement involved with a mother who tested positive for a drug that a doctor gave her during delivery? Like, how in the world are we at that place? Why is
how are we at a place where medical doctors are saying men can be women? I don't know how we ended up here, but we are in a messed up timeline.
We are screwed up.
And in lieu of flying cars, could we figure out a way that I never grow leg hair again and have the boobs I had? Like, could the side effect of one of your many medication be like, perky boobs or never needing to shave your leg? It's always like confluchloroquine might cause hysterical wandering uterus and, dry eye.
And explosive diarrhea. That's always one.
Yeah.
May cause anal leakage. Excuse me, what now?
There's always
You know,
that
I
like
love-
really young
I
chick
love-
walking and hiking outside. And it's like
When
anal
you-
leakage, drippage, and well, spillage, if you will.
When you actually listen to the side effects of depression medication, it's can cause depression.
And not to
Worsening
mention
symptoms.
thoughts of offing yourself. Like,
Yeah,
wait, I thought that was the
harmful
whole
thought.
point of this.
And
is
I'm
to
like,
avoid that.
How is this the thing that's supposed to make it better? But
But
be
it can
careful
also make
because
it
it also
worse.
could make it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy. It's
We
so
got
messed up.
2 more super chats. Emil C, thanks for the 2. Temperature for all the hosts region. I don't know. It's like 89,000 degrees here. I don't know.
87 here.
Let's see.
85.
It is
Right.
84, but it feels 50.
Oh, it dropped down to 79, but it feels like 1,000 degrees.
Oh, 79 is nice.
It doesn't feel nice in my room because I forgot to turn the air on earlier.
Anna Mill sent me another $5 super chat for hiding in the hoodie again. Thank you so much.
Nice. Jameson says,
Love
FYI,
it.
I don't see this on Rumble. That's because I didn't go live on Rumble today. I get tired of dealing with the 2 streams on the smaller ones. I'd prefer not to break up the audience on a smaller stream. It's a little, keep the views on. I need to raise my YouTube views since we've been doing a lot on Rumble. And it's taken away from the YouTube views. So I do need to do something to keep up the algorithm over here. All right, everybody, that's it for us. We will be back next week. I would like to try for Tuesday again, if that works for everybody. If not, you guys can let me know and we will work something out. All right, everybody, take care. See ya.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
We're
a
trying to, can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that.